Okay, we're gonna take it from the top. Everyone ready?
Who is it? Wonderful. To the balcony we go.
Wow.
Isn't this gorgeous?
So good.
So good. Isn't this perfect?
It's perfect.
I didn't just get this because you are Italian. I genuinely drink these every single day.
I love that.
So
Okay.
I thought you would
Cheers.
be okay with it. Cheers.
Absolutely,
Cheers.
yes.
It's delicious. I am just so thrilled for you, Thomas. I'm
Thank
thrilled
you.
for me because I love this album.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
But it's such a big deal that this is your debut solo album, Masquerade. And it's like we're here in LA on the Sunset Strip. We're about to go to the Whisky A Go-Go, one of the most iconic venues, and I'm so grateful to be here with you.
Thank you.
To know that you have played in front of hundreds of thousands of fans in literally coliseums, arenas and stadiums. But tonight, your name is on the marquee.
Yeah, that.
How does that feel?
That's insane, to be honest. Like I'm super happy, and I can't wait to share with the old people what we did in this last month, basically here in LA. Because I went with Tom here,
Yes.
and I had the opportunity to write this record here. So I'm very happy. Also, we did the rehearsal during these days, and I'm super excited because lots of like cool artists walk into the
Yes.
room. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be amazing. Like when I was doing the rehearsal, I had the feeling to going back to the 70s, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We did such great legends come back in the room, so I'm super excited, to be honest. I can't wait.
And you can hear that on the record as well. When did you first have that desire and that pull to make this album?
I would say that everything came very naturally. It was 1 year ago that I decided to do this collaboration record, basically. So the idea, everything, it came very naturally. I will say that because first of all, I asked to Tom that I have a really good relationship with
Yes.
him, to be the guy and to produce my entire record. He said fuck yeah, let's do it.
Totally, Tom. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we just start from that, to be honest, and the majority of the artists that are involved in the project are really good friends of mine and Tom. So
Yes.
that's a real thing, I guess, and also super happy that I had the chance to discover new friends during this journey, because for example with Alex, it was the first time that I met him in London, and we did a great song together, and we immediately
it's so
clicked.
good.
So I think that is the best part of the music, to be honest.
I love it because Tom is a friend of mine as well, and he's such a
Okay.
living legend. But to have
Yeah.
watched your relationship, when you first did Gossip with Måneskin, and then you guys shared stages together, and to know that he was, the producer of the album, I was like, this is a perfect fit.
Yeah.
And he's such a champion of real talent and the rock and roll spirit, which
Absolutely.
you totally embody. So it's such a beautiful celebration.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'd love to learn more about your influences. Like, who were the music or the musicians that really inspired you to pick up the guitar and play and make music your life?
Yeah, I would say I have lots of bands, of course, that inspire me a lot. Like everything started thanks to my dad that put me lots of vinyls from the huge band of the past, like Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses for sure. Also heavy metal stuff like Anthrax, Sabaton,
Yes, totally.
and Iron Maiden, so that kind of vibe. Slash for sure, I would say that was one of my first guitar hero because when I looked to him, the idea to have the guitar, to be like a frontman with the guitar, you know what I mean, inspired me a lot. So I asked to my dad to buy a guitar from a guitar shop, and the rest is just pure magic. I will say that because Tom, he helped me a lot, to be honest. He's also one of my main guy for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of my guitar hero for sure. So I'm super glad that I spent lots of times with him in the studios, and I learned a lot from him, and he's like my mentor. So
that's
So
wonderful.
good. And also it's good, the fact that we have a really good relationship and
Yes.
everything is real. So that's the best thing. He's such a great guy for real.
What did he what did you learn from working with Tom specifically? Did he bring something out of you, or what did you learn from him?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. First of all, to trust more my instinct.
Oh,
So
that's
I will
great.
say that because when we was together in the studio, I came out with lots of riff, and I said like, I don't know, I'm not sure that it's gonna be the right one. You know, I said like, Thomas, come on, this is perfect. You know, like the first take. So the important that the first take sometime is the best choice. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot from that point of view, of course, and also the vision that he have in general, and the fact that the sound that he have is really unique. I would say that. So it was very important to me to experiment with the pedals and the gears to find my trademark. You know what I mean? Something like that. I would say that. Yeah.
That's amazing. You had said something powerful about, you know, you feel like the making of this record was sort of like these like historic music icons putting their hand on your shoulder and be like, you're on the right path, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you ever have self-doubt? Is this sort of like the confirmation that you're doing the right thing?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, to be honest. Everything that I do just for the love of the music, to be honest. So, but exactly, that was the point, because when I asked to Tom to do this project together and this journey together, I said to him, I want to, you know, like try to inspire the new generation, thanks of you, of course, that you inspire me, you know what I mean? So it was like a combination of these two things. And also in the record, I choose and we choose lots of different artists from different generation too, like Nick Chester from Jet, Chad Smith from Red Hot, of course, like such a great legend, Alex and but also Luke Spiller from Starts, Absol, Taylor, So I will say that we have a really great combination of different guys.
When everyone was like saying yes to this, were you like, wow, like this is special, like this feels good and we're doing something really unique here?
Yeah, exactly. That was the feeling. And also like with Tom, like we went at the Henson Studio. It was my first time that I went there. It was amazing studios. Like he told me about lots of different stories behind that studio. He said like, do you know, Thomas, here we're recording Battle of Los Angeles for the first time. I said like, okay.
So cool.
That's
You're
great.
like, all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like,
like you can feel the energy of that,
exactly.
right? In the
like
room,
in the other room, like they did Led Zeppelin 4. So I was like, okay, that's cool, you know, that's great. So yeah, I'm super happy.
Speaking of Led Zeppelin, I love that the album really opens with Getcha. You know, I mean, that song is so sick. It's such a banger.
Thank you.
I feel like you feel like good times, bad times, like Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin's my favorite
Yeah.
band, so I'm always thinking of Led Zeppelin, but like, I love that that's the opener on the album, and you have Beck was involved, Chad Smith was involved, Nick Chester, I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is like a collision of creativity on that song.
Absolutely.
Tell me how that song came about.
The first input was with me and Beck, actually, because I met him like two years ago, something like that, here in LA. And so I went to his house and we wrote a song together that was Getcha, okay? So at that point, we had lots of fun during the session. At that point, we said like, okay, we need someone like to sing that song, basically. So I was thinking about Nick, that is a very good friend of mine too, and I met him for the first time in Brisbane, I think that it was like in Australia, like when we was touring there. And after that, like I showed the song with Tom. He said like, okay, this is great, and so he helped me a lot with the arrangement and the other stuff. And after that, Chad Smith jumped into that song. So it was crazy, you know, like the whole process. But also on Chad Smith, I want to say that it was very magic because we was together in the studio, the Henson Studio, and he was literally in the next door of the studio. And Tom said like, hey, do you know, like Chad Smith is playing here? I said like, oh wow. Let's try to, I don't know, like to speak with him if you want to just listen to the songs, you know what I mean? Just because he's such a great guy, you know, he's a legend. So he said like, yeah, let's try. So he came in our room and he said like, oh wow, this is awesome. I said like, oh, thank you, Chad. And we asked him like, do you want to play in some songs? I said like, yeah, fuck yeah, let me try, you know. So he went to the and it was completely, you know, like real. That is the best part of the music, I think. So yeah, and also came back to the song, I think that there are lots of cool elements inside because you have like my riff, you have like the catchy vibe, but also the rap of Nick that is very like kind of an underground mix. So you have lots of cool elements, I think.
It's
together.
so good. So many cool elements. That song is
that.
such a banger. And I didn't know what to expect when I first put on the album, and the fact that it starts that way, I'm like, oh, hell yes! Like buckle up. This is a beautiful body of work. And I love that Keep the Pack and For Nothing, which you do with Matt Sorum and Tom.
Thank you.
you are singing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. I text Matt Sorum. I'm like, is this Thomas singing? You have an amazing voice.
Thank you, appreciate that.
How
for
did
real.
that feel?
It's so good. I mean, like, because in the last year I also experiment a lot and I try to go out of my comfort zone. So, yeah, it was cool, like, to sing for the first time, to be honest, because it was my first approach to that work. Because, you know, like, the thing was that everything started from the fact that I was able to write an instrumental song, of course, because I can play the guitar, so I have in mind, like, the vision of the drums. I can't play the drum, but I can, you know, understand how to, I don't know, like, thinking in general about drums. So also I can play the bass, but the voice was kind of like the last step. So everything started from that, and after that I just enjoying a lot singing, to be honest, because it was fun. It was fun, and so I tried for the first time. I said, like, okay, maybe it's not too bad, you know what I mean? And so they're like, okay, let's try to do it. And I think that it's cool, the fact that you have exactly my voice, but also my guitar on the same level. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a perfect combination. So yeah, thank you.
I can't imagine like how fulfilling that must feel. Well, one, it's nerve-wracking because you know it's vulnerable for you, but it was beautiful. Like that also
Yes,
with your guitar, that
absolutely.
harmony. You should feel really proud about that.
Thank
That's
you.
really
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely, yes. And also, like, about For Nothing, the cool thing is the fact that the melody of the chorus came to my mind like 2 years ago when I was in an hotel room, and I spent a lot of that song. Because like start from 2 years ago, and I spent another 3 months to find the right range of my voice with the verse. You know what I mean, with the guitar and the other stuff. And so, I mean, like, that's great. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I'm super happy.
It's so good. What do you feel like you've learned about yourself from making this album?
I would say for sure to be more versatile, because it was challenging for me to, you know, like, approach with different artists and try to find the right spot between my taste and the taste of the other artists, for sure. So, but it's a challenge that I accept basically. So I'm super happy because I try to push my limits. Of course, like, it's a rock record, you know what I mean? So is the music that I love and that I like to play. So everything is in my comfort zone. But at the same time, for example, with Maxim, like I experiment more into the electronic approach. Not because the song is electronic, because you have like a super heavy riff, but the idea is more electronic, I think, because you have lots of electronic elements and sounds like a disco club song. You know what I mean? So I try just to discover in different situations with different artists. But I think also that it's very cool because each song have a different taste, you know, into the record. That is cool.
You got
I guess.
Yes, you got to expand your creative palette to really tap into all of your different talents and skills and crafts, and this album is so good. I love that you chose You Spin Me Round, Dead or Alive cover. I mean, it's so good. Alex does such a good job on that. Your guitar solo is insane.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Why was that the cover choice? I love that.
Just because, like, me and Tommy, we was thinking, like, to find to do a cover. Sorry, because
it's fun.
Exactly, it's fun, and also in the all like rock history, like you have the band and the solo artists that play cover, and also it's fun the fact that you can take something that is strong, but you can like put your vibe into that,
make it your own.
Exactly. So that was the first input, basically, and after that, like, I spoke with Alex, that is of course another of my main influences, and we was talking about the song, and we chose that one also because, like, Alex, he reminds me a lot when he was like younger, you know, and he used like to listen that song. So I say, like, I'm super happy that we chose that one because it was one of my first songs.
It was a massive song,
Exactly, that approach with my voice too. It reminds me a lot of beautiful moments. So this is super cool. I think that we have a cool story behind the song, you know.
I love, and I also love that it will probably introduce a whole new generation to this awesome song. You know, it's so cool.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. And it's also vintage at the same time, you know.
It totally is. Yeah.
But yeah.
I am obsessed with this album.
Thank
I'm not
you,
just saying that. I would not say that if I weren't. It is so solid. It's like 8 songs. It's just airtight, no skips. It's beautiful. It's such unapologetic rock and roll. What is it about rock music that just resonates with you, that feels like it's really your identity?
I will say the fact that like you can be free with rock music, because just if you're thinking about the songs, like you can, I don't know, doing the live shows, you can go shredding for like 10 minutes of solo during the live, you know what I mean? Also, when you're thinking about to create a rock song, you can, like, how can I say, don't stay stuck into the limits, you know what I mean, something like that. So I think that is the best thing about rock music, and also the fact that you have a history behind.
Yes.
That you have to respect, like the true artists from the past. That it's a very important thing. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It's honoring that legacy.
Exactly.
And then also pushing that spirit forward.
Exactly. And it's super fun. I mean,
it's the most fun.
January,
we can all just lose ourselves in it. You know, there's no rules.
Exactly.
You know, there's no rules, there's no boundaries or borders. It's like, just go.
Absolutely,
it's so good. I love it this past year, you know, all of the members of Måneskin really just sort of pursued their own creative outlets. I was fortunate to also have the first sit down with Damiano when he was doing his music. How do you guys support each other? What is that sort of like, what have you learned about each other from doing your own creative expression?
We learn a lot because like each one of us experiment in different worlds basically. So I think that this is very important for a band because in the moment that we come back into the studio to put our different backgrounds, you know, to the next record, that I think that is gonna be sick at this point, to be honest,
sick.
And also very various. I mean, because yeah, I think that it is important, like to have also these kind of moments into a band project, I guess. So yeah, I'm excited, to be honest.
By doing this, you're becoming your best self.
Yeah,
as an artist and as a human. So when you guys come back together, everyone's going to be better for it. I'm so excited for that iteration. So what is your relationship with the other members of the band when you guys aren't actively writing and touring together?
Yeah, they for example, like they hear my record, they was super into that, they support me a lot, you know what I mean, so it's super nice. We hang out every day, so I mean, when we have time, of course, when we have all in Rome, of course, but yeah, we are a family basically. I mean, we grew up together, you know, so yeah, we have a very solid friendship.
I know, it's so beautiful, and to know that you guys were literally busking in the streets together, that speaks volumes about your character and your foundation.
Exactly.
Now looking back at the Thomas who was busking in the streets, you know, after everything you've done and you're about to do this epic show, you know, on the Sunset Strip, what would you tell that version of Thomas who was just trying to be seen, you know, to get recognized? Like, do you feel seen? What would you share with him?
I don't know. That's a really hard question, but I will say just to follow your instinct, because at the end I just follow the music, to be honest, and thanks to them, thanks to my really good friends of this amazing journey, like I met lots of different people around the world and incredible persons, so, and everything was thanks to the music. So I was just say that the important in general is just to follow something that you really like.
Yes. And tonight when people are at the show or they're hearing Masquerade, what do you hope they feel from this music?
Just get going crazy, you know. I mean, like tonight I want to just do lots of stage diving, you know, something like that.
Totally, let it go.
Yeah, just celebrate with all people, with my fans, and with all the guys. Yeah, that's the only thing that I want to do.
I am so grateful. I want to reiterate for this album. I love it. I'm so glad you did this deep dive. You went out of your comfort zone. You collaborated with some of the most amazing artists, from, you know, living legends to the next generation. I am grateful for it. I think it's so important for the rock culture.
Thank you.
It's so good. I don't even have a favorite song because I love every single one. Each song has its own like sonic stamp to it and its own vibe. And I'm like, thank you for doing this for rock and roll. Like, that's how I feel.
Thank you. I appreciate that, for real. Thank you.
I hope that you feel just so proud of yourself, because I'm like, thank you for doing this.
No, absolutely. Really appreciate that.
Yes.
For real. Thank you so much.
Yes, congratulations on Masquerade, and cheers to you.
Cheers.
It's going to be a great night. Amazing. Are we going to head over? Right there.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's so crazy. Cool. That's super cool.
Isn't it so good?
Come on.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna smash it.
Thomas Raggi.
Let's go.
Next to Tom Morello.
Exactly.
You and Tom. That's a full circle moment, right?
Yeah. I can also see Matt.
Oh, there's Matt Sorum. Matt. That is great. Isn't it cool?
Hello.
Yay! Hi, is it here? Can I write Yes, I'm hi. That's a double right here,
Yeah, of
Matt.
course.
Matt was
Of course we
involved
can.
in both of these. He's very excited. All right, let's get us inside. I have an eye for talent. I know what's up. It's so good.
Taylor. I saw you yesterday at rehearsal. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, Taylor. Nice to meet you.
She's so good.
I'm so
You know, my
so
earliest
so
supporting situation, I was like very early on her. She's very special. My whole thing is always celebrating that you guys are hanging out together. Like, I love this. You know what I mean? Oh, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. I love your song. I love your song. You're so good. It's so cheeky. I love what you say at the end. You're like, when you, it's a pleasure or something. You say something that's so cute. That's so you.
It's a lot of fancy lyrics. I'll do it.
You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great.
Taylor, nice to meet you. Hell yeah.
I see you.
Hello, Si.
How you doing? Good. Yeah?
So Luke is the front man of a band called The Struts. He's literally one of the great front men. Also, his solo work is gorgeous. And Taylor is Upsall. She's an amazing artist that I love. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great to meet you.
I'm such a dork, right?
It's great.
Are you laughing that I'm the biggest dork ever?
I mean, you're like the
Connector. I like to like.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. You know, I connected Tom Morello with Youngblood and Grandson. Yes, I like connect. I'm a little bit like the rock mom.
Chick.
The process, and here we are. We made it.
Yeah.
We made it to here.
It's a beautiful collaboration and celebration.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful. And the album came out
It's
sick.
so great. I mean, his spirit is so positive and rock.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
It is. It's he's everything that's right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
He's everything
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And that's why it's important to support what you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I just sat down with me, said like how helpful you were with just the advice you were giving him and the arrangements and just like that you were really you were his mentor. He said it was really beautiful.
It's a pleasure.
Right?
It's nice to have someone of his generation who has a mind to speak to them and to like it continues another link in the chain.
Yeah, beautiful.
Looks like I might be called upon here. Let's see what's going on.
I got your blessing.
Chick.
Do you see that I wore this for you tonight? Do you see that?
Wow, is that the man merchandise?
No. It's a one-of-a-kind herbal art.
$5.
Yeah, I know. This is going to be quite the show. I feel like we already saw it. I'm Allison Hagendorf here with my mentor and best friend.
Hey, it's Matt Pinfield, everybody. Boy, it's so great. It's great to see us up here together because, you know, we started working together in the beginning of the 2000s.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Here we are.
Yeah.
We're alive and well today.
Just like many of you, I grew up idolizing Matt Pinfield, so I actually made it my job to find him and work for him and with him. So here we are. As you know, Matt and I are rock and roll missionaries. And what we love about rock and roll, it's so much more than music. It is spirit, it is energy, it's culture, it's community, and it's about new voices standing beside the icons that inspired them, and that's what tonight is all about. You guys are in for a treat. Enjoy rock and roll.